What's up, everybody? Thanks so much for joining us here today. This is the MaxCap Podcast. I am Max, and we're so happy to have you here. We got a great show ahead. Like to first and foremost thank you all for watching and appreciate the continued support. Got my guy Vic here.
What's going on?
How's everything going, Vic?
Good. Happy to be here. Happy to kick this off with you. I think there's a lot of information we can spread out there, help those that, love to place wagers or just, in general, just enjoy sports from an overall sense. Looking forward to hitting a home run with this.
Yeah, man. We've been talking about this for a long time for sure. My man GC's here as well. And
What's going on?
Repping the U, repping Miami. Appreciate
I'm gonna rep Miami today, man. Even though we suck.
Yeah, man. And first and foremost, why are we here? Why us? Why now? I think it's important for our audience to understand. We've all been doing this for a real long time. We're avid sports, almost addicts. I wouldn't even say fans, but almost addicts. Really, we love everything that has to go in with sports. But what's a little bit more fun than that is when you got a little money on the line too. We've all been doing our thing for a little while now. I'd say a little while, and we just happen to be in absolute paradise down here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We've got a lot of amazing things happening down here in South Florida right now, not just with business, technology, crypto, but also with wagering.
Absolutely.
So our great governor, he made it possible where pretty soon coming up, you'll be able to place a bet from anywhere on your phone. And the way I see it, we're like the next Vegas in that sense. So
Hey, but Max, check this out. I was at the DMV today renewing my license, and I actually signed a petition. There's somebody that's opposing this the sports gambling, roulette, craps over at the casino. So
how could they?
Let's hope this goes through for us.
Yeah, maybe we'll drop a link and have some type of petition signed. If we can help the sports wagering come to Florida, we are all here for it. So
absolutely.
And we're just really looking to build a community around this thing. So by no means are we saying that we're gonna make 100% of our picks winners, but we are gonna do our best. We are gonna try hard, and
when this hoodie's on, G's locked in.
There you go.
So I mean, let's talk about this weekend, right? Big weekend in sports. What are you looking forward to the most this weekend? Is there one thing, Vic?
Man, I would definitely say Saturday night prime time. I'm a big UFC buff. The return of Nick Diaz, Stockton's own. It's been 6 years since he fought. He's fighting a guy in Robbie Lawler that I think is just going to come forward, and it's going to be a bloodbath. Some exciting fights. Stat card.
Yep.
Thought Dana did very well with that. Main event, Brian Ortega, Volkanovski coming off a pretty controversial decision over Max Holloway in their second fight. And then you got T-City, who walked through Korean Zombie like it was nothing on his last fight. So looking forward to those two fights. And then, you got Shevchenko. I believe she's, if I'm not mistaken.
The GOAT.
Yeah, she's the GOAT.
She's one of them.
I think it's her. She's walking into her sixth title defense. So I think it ties Ronda Rousey as far as most title defenses for a woman at that weight class. So
and from what I've seen from her, she dominates, and then she does a little dance at the end. She does a little Russian dance. She's pretty
like
good
the
at
Russian KGB.
She dominates, man. So I mean, I wonder, we'll talk about those lines and some of the picks
absolutely
that you have, but I'll say UFC, Dana White, huge winner over the last 18 months. Like, they earned me as a fan. I've started to watch a lot of different fights that I really, truthfully, never really liked the sport too much. But yeah, we'll get to that. G, what you got this weekend? I know, we know what you looking forward to this weekend.
Just really quick, just to touch on the UFC. I love what Dana White's been doing. I like the Survivor Series he has going on there.
Yeah.
Where he's giving out contracts. I love that. It's a brutal bloodbath. I love it.
Yeah.
But
what else are you looking forward to? Anything on the diamond in particular?
Yes. I know we had football come back, but I'm a big football junkie. But the Yankees, Red Sox. I'm a big Yankees fan over here. We're currently up 7-3. I didn't like that 3-run spot that they just got there, but we'll be all right. We'll be all right. I think the Yankees are going to pull this out.
Yeah, spoken like a true Yankee fan. I got 2 of you guys on here actually right now.
Yeah.
Man, I'm surrounded. It's funny. My dad actually called me today. For any of you guys that know my dad, he's pretty funny guy. But he pays attention to sports. He's in it. Big Yankee fan. I actually took him to see the Yankees when they were in town. But he called me today talking cash shit. He said that you already know what's about to happen. He said the Yankees are going to come into Fenway and sweep those piss yellow jerseys. That's what he said. Pretty much verbatim. Full disclosure, everyone who knows me, I lived in Boston for a long time. If I had to pick a horse in that race, I'm with the Red Sox all day. And I do like the jerseys, but yeah, that's what he said. So
I want to hear that.
Cool, man. So let's talk about the baseball slate a little bit, because it's Friday night. I imagine you guys have some action tonight. There's just no way that's not the case. What we got right now?
So you want to go first? Because
Sure, yeah.
The way it's looking, I definitely don't want to go first.
Tonight, I actually took the Oakland Athletics at home. They're hosting the Houston Astros. Reason being, I saw Zach Greinke got scratched from his start. Oakland needs a win just to stay in, contention of the wild card race or whatnot. It's a tight race out there in the West. And I think it's prime time. It's a Friday night. It was very cheap. I believe it was like $136. I think I bought it at like minus 130. So that was like my hammer play of the day.
And that hasn't even started yet. So
starts at 9:40 Eastern. So
yeah. Well, and this podcast will be airing tomorrow, Saturday. So that's not necessarily a pick that anyone could take, but I'm just curious what you got. We'll be able to run it back, tomorrow and see
how I did there.
And see how you did there. G, are you on anything tonight?
Yes, sir.
What are you on?
I took the Yankees. I took the New York Yankees. That was a pretty even line. The Yankees were minus 115 there, so it's pretty much about even. Got them at a good price. Yankees are usually heavy favorites, but I am also fuck. He didn't bring them home.
Get it together,
I'm
man.
I'm currently on the darn Toronto Blue Jays on the road at Target Field in Minnesota. They're nice chunk of change. They're minus 155, so I laid some juice there, but it's middle of the fifth here. They're down 3-0. Still a lot of ball game left here.
Well, I wish you good luck, my friend.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I think call it a homer pick, but I like Atlanta tonight on the road at San Diego. It's also relatively cheap, minus 130. Minus 130. It's a hot lineup. I mean, talk about the Braves playing without their best player. They've been absolutely unreal. Pretty much ever since they made those trades once Acuna went down. And I like their chances tonight. They took 3 out of 4 in Arizona this week. And I looked for them to bounce back. Max Fried's on the hill. So we'll see how those picks play out tomorrow when this is live. But I think the main thing, the main kind of attention grabber, and I think for the audience out there, why are you listening? Well, I mean, hopefully you find this entertaining. Hopefully you get some free cash out of this podcast. Really, I mean, that's what we want to help you do. So, without further ado, I mean, this weekend we've got a monster slate of football games. Some of us bet college football, some of us don't. It's not mine. That's not for me, to tell you the truth. I might dabble, especially when I call him El Martillo. Harry the Hammer gives me some picks. When Harry the Hammer gives me some picks, I might take a look.
Hammer.
And they'll be a little funky, but and we do have some Harry El Martillo picks for you on
So
Saturday
really quick,
Pigskin. But he's going to be on the podcast next week, just so y'all know. What's up, G?
I just want to let you guys know when you hear we say Harry the Hammer's picks, or if he's on here and he's giving picks, this guy tends to get on quite the heater. I just want to leave that out there.
Fair.
He gets on quite the heaters. Okay.
It's not good all the time, but when he's going, he's going. You know, I had a college basketball teammate that said, "When I'm going, man," and that's kind of Martillo. But that being said, I'd like to ask you, Vic. I mean, what you got on Saturday? Do you have any college football? Are you eating off that menu?
I'm a flirt with it a little bit.
Okay.
I did take I took a glance at the slate early 1 o'clock games. I did see Louisville's playing at FSU. FSU, I believe, is 0-3. Louisville being 2-1. The Noles need to get a win. I mean, they haven't won all year. Just, poor execution on the field. But I think they get it done this Saturday. Louisville, good defensive team. I just don't think they put enough points up on the board to beat FSU this weekend.
Gotcha. G, you got any? Is that it? Is it just a solo game for now? I mean, I know it's Friday. I know it's a little early for
now. I'm more central focused on this Sunday's games for NFL.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So right now, I think I'm just staying locked.
Well, let's talk about this. There's some bettors that they want, like, they wait for the line to drop so that they can bet it as soon as they can because they think they're going to beat the line movement. Then there's other bettors, right? Like myself. Gee, you know this. I don't bet until they're like the ball is teed up, like for the opening kickoff, right?
Yep, I hate it.
It's always been that way. I don't know if it's superstition or that I think I'm sharp, but I'm waiting. I'm watching the pre-games. I'm trying to see where the traps are. So, usually, especially with like college football, that might be the case. What about you, G? You got any college football for us?
I don't have any college football. I got my ass handed to me 2 weeks in a row with the University of Miami Hurricanes. So we're going to leave that slate alone, and we're going to push forward to Sunday here with the gridiron.
Gotcha. Well, hey, that brings up – what's that?
But we do have some hairy picks here. Harry sent in conditional 3 picks.
Are you going to deliver them?
I'm going to deliver them right here, right now.
El Martillo.
We have UTSA +3. Okay. We have Oregon -28. So you're gonna lay the points there.
Okay.
And then we have Western Kentucky +10.
Okay.
And then if you're feeling lucky, we're gonna go Ball State money line.
Wow. And that's a half unit, right? +170.
That's a half unit.
It's interesting because he sent me some picks and they weren't even those. There were more.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, he sends me. I couldn't tell you anything about these football teams. Charlotte, Ball State, Ball State, the over in IU, Western Kentucky, and Wisconsin. I've heard of Wisconsin before, but that's about it. Yeah, that's all I know. So we'll see how he does, and then here's the good part about it. Hammer, you're coming on the show next week, buddy. So you'll be here, preferably in studio, and you'll have to answer to those picks. So,
Dun dun dun.
hopefully you're making moves.
What do you think about the UFC fights this weekend, Gam? Or G, I'm sorry, G. What do you think about these fights?
I haven't looked at the 3 fights.
There's some monster fights
checked them out yet.
Some good action. I believe in the prelims you got Dan Hooker, who just got his visa reinstated, I believe, 15 days ago. Had to made weight.
What was going on there?
So they were looking for a fight for him, and then what happened was with COVID, they weren't going to allow him to get back into the States. I believe he wasn't vaccinated. Dana White made a call. He's back. He made 180 like it was nothing. And, he's very cheap tomorrow. I think that's probably good lock for early action tomorrow in the prelims.
So what I see about there is that it opened actually at 170, minus 170. It's at minus 150 now.
Yeah.
So it actually went down. Why do you think that is?
I think they don't want you hammering.
And who is Nasrat?
He's a nobody.
Harparast.
He's a nobody.
I don't know.
He's a guy Dan
I
Hooker's
know who
going to
Dan
walk
Hooker
through.
is.
Dan Hooker's fought
Dan Hooker,
the best guys in that division. I mean, from Dustin Poirier to Luke Rockhold. I mean, he goes up in weight, but I think at this weight, he's sitting natural. You know, he didn't really have to cut so much weight where you lose that speed, that power.
Yep.
He walks around at this weight naturally, whereas the other guy had to literally go up in weight just to make this fight. So, I don't know. I think Dan Hooker puts him away. I think the over-under was 2.5 rounds. I think Hooker puts him away in like round 2. Just has his way with him, breaks his will, and cashes in.
That clock's about that fight's about 9 o'clock or so Eastern time. At least that's what it's scheduled for. So circle Hooker. Circle the Hooker.
Dan Hooker.
You know, as I'm looking at the card, I think a couple of things are interesting, but I gotta tell you, man, that press conference. What's up with Nick Diaz, bro? He's like, what's up with him?
I don't know,
I mean, he could kick my ass. I'm not going to say too much, but what's up with he's just very, like, out of it almost.
It wasn't the same Nick Diaz we're used to seeing with the antics and the FU and, you know, throwing gang signs up at the press conference.
No, not at all.
His hood. But, you know, I think that dog is still in there.
Okay.
I just think now he's more about his money. As you see, the UFC, you know, they don't want guys like that. They want guys, you know, selling sportsmanship. And, you know, he also runs his own academy out there in Stockton, so he deals with kids a lot. I know I heard that Brett Okamoto interview where he spoke more of, you know, he doesn't want to have that banter of like trash talk. He wants to be more sportsmanlike. And again, a guy like Robbie Lawler, he's already beat. There's no need to really go over there and try to intimidate Robbie Lawler. Number one, you're not going to do that. The guy's nickname's Ruthless Robbie Lawler. Probably has one of the best fights I've ever seen with Rory McDonald. I think that went into the UFC Hall of Fame for a fight. And it's going to be exciting, man. It's going to be a bloodbath. I think it goes the distance. I don't think either guy at this age can put, you know, the other guy out. It's going to be a lot of volume, a lot of striking, a lot of blood. But I'm looking forward to that, man. I think that's going to be the most viewed fight of the night.
Love it. Love to hear it. And, you know, we might just post some more pics out there tomorrow live on the Instagram page. So pay attention to that as Vic really dives in on this UFC. Real quick, though, who you got? Ortega or Volkanovski? Who you got?
I got Ortega, and if you want to sprinkle a little something, you put him as winning by submission in the third round.
Winning by submission in the third round. Ortega is wow. He opened up at plus 128. He's plus 150, plus 160 now. So there's a little rough dog for you. What was that, G? What you got, man? We're about to gonna move on to football.
I was gonna say, I don't know too much about these two fighters, but I did check out some Curtis Blades highlights because they were showing it late night on ESPN last night.
He's a dog.
He's a dog. These are gonna be two lions going at each other, man. If you guys want to see some heavy action.
Yeah.
High-level fighter, Curtis Blades, man. Hope he wins by knockout.
I could see it. So, all right. So we're in week 3 now.
Week 3
of the NFL. So before we get into the slate, man, how are we doing? Are we still here? Are we still alive? I'll tell you from my perspective, it's been a good first 2 weeks. Not great, but good. I think week 1 I went 4-2. And week 2 I went 3-3. Thank you, Miami Dolphins, for totally ruining my Sunday. But it was a fun time at the game. Anyways, so we're here. How's it going so far, G? How are you doing, man?
It's going all right, man. I can't complain. I mean, week 1 I didn't go too hard. I didn't take too many teams, but I believe I was 2-1, but there wasn't too much money made there because a lot of that was parlays. Stay away from parlays. But yeah, I love football. I'm a big football junkie, man. I'm happy that it's back. I'm ready for week 3, that's for sure.
Yeah, we got wagering, we got fantasy football, we got survivor pools. I mean, there's just so much to really talk about. How about you, Vic? How's it been so far? This is, typically the run it back segment, so we're gonna run it back 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks, how's it been?
Last 2 weeks been pretty profitable.
Okay.
Picking my poison. This Monday night took the Packers. I mean, everyone was, really riding Aaron Rodgers off that week 1 performance. I thought he was going to come out and do what Aaron Rodgers does, and he did. I mean, they put up points in that second half. I remember texting you, telling you to take that second half line.
Yeah.
So that was good to more or less, cash in. And week 1 didn't really have too much action. I think I probably went 2-1, 3-1, something like that. I also did have the Dolphins last week as well, and that was pretty embarrassing. I had them covering their points, and
it was, we've been living in South Florida for our whole lives, all 3 of us pretty much, and we know the Dolphins. But I got to tell you, the past 2-3 years with Flores being there, I've been super impressed. I like, we've all coached. We're all coaches. We can tell a good coach when we see one. That guy's a great coach. I think he's fantastic. Unfortunately, they laid a fucking egg this past week, and it's just one of those games that you just didn't show up to play. I don't know if you were thinking about live on Sunday or you went out to Tootsie's on Saturday, but they did not show up. They did not show up to the fucking field ready to play. But it's a stinker. You move on from it. It's a very interesting game. It's the first game I want to talk about actually is the Dolphins-Raiders game on Sunday. I believe the Dolphins are getting 3.5 points.
with no Tua.
With no Tua.
Oh.
In the greatest city.
Jacoby is respectable. Jacoby is respectable. I just want to put that out there. He's respectable.
Okay, tell me more.
There's a reason why he's hung around this long. There's a reason why he's gotten a lot of playing time since he's been in the NFL.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, judging a quarterback off of when he comes in and he's not prepared as the starter, they didn't game plan for him to be the starter, is totally different from, a full week of preparation, which he does have now. And over the years, he's been a solid, even starter, really. He's been a solid starter and backup. So
Absolutely.
I mean, it's I don't take anything away from him. You do have a hot Raiders team. What do you think about it, Vic?
Yes.
I like the Raiders. I like what John Gruden's doing there. I think anywhere he's gone, he's always put in that culture, that hardworking, hard-nosed, you got to execute, play for each other. And you see it. You see it on every down. You see every single play, they're just trying to execute and be perfect. And they got some dogs over there too. Derek Carr, it's time for him to shine. It's a make or break season for him, in my opinion. You got Darren Waller, who's probably the best tight end in the game right now.
Yeah.
You can line him up in the slot.
Him and Kelsey.
Travis Kelce. I did forget about Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
He is a dog.
Yeah.
Waller's legit, though.
Travis Kelce is definitely a dog.
But I like what they're doing over there. And again, they're in Vegas, man. The energy over there right now is tremendous. I hear
It's the
nothing but
greatest
great
place
things out there.
for sure in the United States, right? I mean,
Has to be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's tough to beat for me, but so I mean, do either of you guys see yourself making a pick on that game, or
I do not. I'm staying away.
you're staying away?
Staying away.
So you're a little spooked.
Super spooked.
Yeah, it's a tricky spread for sure. I mean, what about you, G? Do you see that as a playable game? Because remember, when you're wagering, man, it's really about the games you leave than the games that you take that matter the most. You got to be
Absolutely.
selective.
Right.
So
That's true. That is true. That is true. I mean, I personally might not make a pick in this game, but if I did, it would definitely be the Dolphins probably add a half a point there, make it an even 4 there.
plus four by the hook.
Yeah.
By the hook. I mean, who's taking the Dolphins money line in that game? Is anyone on the planet after what they did
I'll
last
tell you
week?
this, Max. I'll tell you this.
And that's what scares me.
The Dolphins have a legit defense. Their defense is for real. It's not to be, disregarded here.
Yeah, and they'll turn you over a lot. Carr is definitely susceptible to that. Yeah, it's a little sketchy. It's a bounce back game.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you both a question, matter of fact. Vic, I ask you first. Do you think they put Xavier Howard on Waller?
No.
I don't think so.
No?
I think they should. But
I think they should as well.
again, the guy lines up in the slot. Why not put Xavier Howard there? Have him shadow him there.
Yep.
You know, Brian Flores, you know, he comes from New England, right? He comes from a system where, you know, that defense, there's defensive schemes, you know, guys make tackles. I just think right now the Dolphins offense kind of puts the defense in bad positions. They'll turn the ball over in short field. You know, it's hard to stop teams when, you know, all they got to do is kick a field goal at worst case scenario. If not, they're starting to drive on the 35, 40 of their opponent's, you know, side of the field. So I do. To agree with you, I think they should. I just don't think they will.
I'll tell you right now, I think Vegas is going to kick their ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do.
That is
Is
funny.
Josh Jacobs even playing?
I'm going to – what's that?
Is
No.
Josh Jacobs playing? No.
I don't expect him to be playing. I don't think he is. Can we let's see just to double check on that what the status is of him.
I have
but-
him in like 3 of my fantasy leagues.
So is he playing? You should
Ouch.
know.
He's on my bench last I recall.
They've got a good system in place. I mean, he didn't practice yesterday. He's doubtful, so don't really expect him to play. Don't really care. I think this is a tough game for Miami. They've got to look themselves in the mirror and say what the fuck happened last week, and they're going into a team that's beat Baltimore and Pittsburgh. I mean, if you're the Raiders, if you ever have one chance to like not be the Raiders or like to tell everyone in the world you're here, you have to win this game against Miami's backup quarterback. You have to. Now, are you going to cover? You know, we'll see. I would buy it down to 3 points, take them by a field goal at home. But to me, especially on the money line, I mean, I see the Raiders definitely winning this game at home and making a statement. You know, Carr's been around a long time. I mean, how many times have we talked about him maybe getting cut or whatever? So or them letting him go and moving on from him. I think this is his shot. This year is his shot. And he's got a new stadium. They got fans in the stadium. They're all vaccinated. Woo! And I definitely like them. What other games are you guys looking at?
Gee, what do you think about that afternoon game? Tom Terrific visiting the Los Angeles Rams. No AB, no JPP.
I'm just gonna say 2 words, man. Jalen Ramsey.
I like them too. I like
man.
the plus. I think they're at +1.
Ramsey, man.
Buy it up to 3.
You have Aaron Donald breaking that line, and then if he's forced to just rush that throw, I mean, you got Jalen Ramsey back there. You got a couple other good DBs back there too. The Rams defense might be the best defense in the NFL, aside Pittsburgh, but they're for real, man.
I like them. They're +1 at home. You want to beat Tom, right? I mean, I believe last year, you know, Aaron Donald led the league in sacks. You know, it's just a force to be reckoned with, man. I think they have a lot of weapons.
This is also a typical Tom game, man. Tom loses. Everybody, they can't beat the Rams, and then next thing you know, he beats them down the line. I've seen this story happen one too many times.
Fair enough.
I disagree with you guys.
Wow.
Yeah, I like the Brady bunch on the road here. I mean, the Rams have looked really good. Matt Stafford looks great. Sean McVay's an offensive genius. Him pairing with Stafford was an amazing move by them.
Facts.
I love it. I like them long term. I don't doubt them, but I just think that Tampa Bay is clicking on another level right now. I mean, my Cowboys gave them all they could handle in Tampa, but you know they're just too good. I think it's a revenge game. I think the Rams beat them last year, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Aaron Donald did not have a sack in that game, and so I think that they have something there to deal with that pass rush. And I see Tampa pretty much at a pick 'em. I'll take it because I mean I could see a situation week 10 they haven't lost a game yet. I wouldn't be surprised. They're that good.
All right, Max, you said they're clicking on all cylinders, right?
Yep.
They played a Falcons defense and a bad Cowboys defense. What do you think from that?
Is the Cowboys defense bad?
I expect him to. Yes.
They looked all right last week.
We won't
We'll
get
see.
there yet.
We'll see. I mean, but That being said, I mean, yeah, it's early. It's early. Not all matchups are out there. So there's definitely, who knows? We don't know. The NFL. If I learned one thing about the NFL last week, it was that I didn't learn it, but I was reminded. You don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. Every matchup is different. Every game is different. Every week is different. You had Steelers go to Buffalo and beat Buffalo in Buffalo, which really no one does very often. Then you had that same Buffalo
Pittsburgh
team.
defense. I said that Pittsburgh defense.
But then you had that same Buffalo team go to Miami and win by
30?
35, more than 30 points, right? Crazy.
It is. NFL's crazy.
That's crazy, right? And then you had the Steelers at home lost to Oakland, that same week. So you don't know. You don't know. You think especially early in the season. But that's where the research comes in. That's where the matchups come in. That's where the experience comes in, and where I think it becomes really a numbers game. At the end of the day, like what I like to do, whether it's stocks, crypto, sports, it's a numbers game. We're looking at charts. We're looking at line movement. We're looking at points, and we're seeing what the value is there. So I'm gonna go with the Bucks though in that one game. But I do want to ask about another game here as I look at the slate here. Slate talk. What do you guys think the stinker game of the what would you say the stinker game of the week is? You shouldn't have to think too hard about it.
Well, all right. If I don't have to think too hard about it, my first initial thought was Arizona and Jacksonville.
We could go there next, but I was thinking about your Giants because they stink. They stink. So I like an ugly game.
I like us to pull it out.
Falcons at the Giants. Believe it or not, Vegas is actually giving one of those teams points. One of those teams is laying points. What do you like?
You guys know who it is. You guys know who's laying those points.
But you're gonna put your money on it though. That's what we're talking about here.
Oh, I'm hammering the Giants.
All right.
I'm putting the house on the Giants this weekend.
There you go.
Dang yo!
I think one game
nice
definitely.
Foot rub right now, getting ready for the Falcons.
I won't be touching that game. Just for the record.
100% staying away.
Yeah, that's not what we touch. But I had to say I had to talk about how much the Giants stink, G. You're over there talking shit about my Cowboys.
I'm gonna post that ticket next week.
Yeah, post it, man. All of our official picks will get posted. So, it's Friday night. Things might change between now and then, but they will be posted, and I believe it's going to be for free. I believe they'll be for free this weekend on our Patreon. So, hit the Patreon up, and hit our Instagram up. You'll find the picks.
Love it. Sunday night.
Switching gears. Vic, I got one for you.
Yes, sir.
Besides the Sunday night game.
Okay.
That's a really good one. What do you think about the Seattle-Minnesota game? I think that's going to be a popcorn game right there. Just take your popcorn and get ready for a show, man. That's going to be a good one to watch.
I think Minnesota pulls it off at home. I don't think the Seahawks are good on the road. I really don't. I think the Seahawks are one of those teams that can kind of show off a little heckle and jive in their character. They don't always show up on the road. At home, they're a different dog at home. I mean, with that crowd. And Minnesota, it's loud in there, man, in that dome. The defense is not bad. I think they got Anthony Barr back this week, Harrison Griffin, two guys that didn't play last week. And I think Cousins, Dalvin Cook, they get it done. Justin Jefferson, some exciting players on that offense. I think they do enough. Yeah. I think they win by a field goal. 30 seconds left.
Okay.
Crowd goes crazy.
Okay. Before I say who I like there, I just want to drop this. I got a little notification from a buddy of mine, and it said Russell Wilson and Kirk Cousins were in college the last time the Vikings beat the Seahawks, and Dalvin Cook was in the 8th grade.
Wow.
So
The last time
I'll leave that there.
and Vic, here he is. Hey, you heard it, man.
It's a little scary there.
you got 3 seconds to back out if you want to back out.
Nah, Vikings. Field go. They go nuts.
I mean, to his point though, earlier, with the Rams being a home dog, I'm gonna go here with the home dog with Minnesota too. I think the Seahawks can't stop a nosebleed with that run defense, so I think Dalvin Cook's gonna run crazy on them.
Yeah.
I mean, I see this game. It opened at a pick'em. Minnesota's catching 2, 1.5 right now, so it looks like it looks like I can't see Minnesota beating Russ, and Russ is coming off a loss.
That's the point. That's a good point.
I lean to Seattle here.
Yeah.
Guys, yeah. I lean to Seattle here. I don't believe in Kirk Cousins at all. It looks like a lot of the wagers are on Minnesota, but the line moved the other way.
Only on primetime, don't bet on him. Only on primetime.
Well, never on primetime.
Never on primetime.
Don't ever bet him on primetime. That's when you got to have those feelings towards him.
If y'all were doing a survivor pool this week, who would you pick?
That's a good one.
That's a good one. I mean, the easiest one stands out.
He just said he's taking the Giants, bro.
I'm picking the Giants.
Push. How do we cut him off of here, man? How do we get him off of here, man? Oh my God! Do the rest of the show without him.
Survivor. I mean, the easiest one would be the Cardinals in Jacksonville now.
You would think.
I mean,
you would think. I got one better. I mean, the biggest favorite on the board is Denver. The Jets aren't winning in my eye. That's not this week. They might cover though. They might cover.
They might cover.
They're getting a lot of points. So
a lot, and they've been getting hammered all week in the media.
Yeah.
So at some point.
Yeah, and I don't look at last week like it was that bad. That's a rookie quarterback again. I think I called you Sunday morning. I said, just tell me one pick. He said, I'm taking Belichick against a rookie quarterback. And the game pretty much went exactly how you would expect Belichick against a rookie quarterback to go. Like
4 interceptions.
Just terrible. Like you've seen his
3
record.
in the first half.
He's been doing this for 2 decades. He doesn't lose to them.
Yep.
So I don't look at it like it's that bad, but the Jets are. I mean, they're the Jets. Like they're not.
Honestly speaking,
so I would take Denver in my survivor pool if it was me. If I was a betting man.
I already picked my survivor, and it was Baltimore. I'm riding with home team right here, Lamar Jackson.
Love that. Can't go wrong with him. Fantastic performance the other night to beat Patrick Mahomes. Yep.
By the way, I called that.
Love it.
Max is my witness here. I called the Ravens.
What'd you call the fumble?
I called the money line.
You called the money line. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
That game was scary.
Lamar Jackson was beating him.
Started off with a pick 6, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, like
once we saw Ray Lewis come out on cocaine, we knew Baltimore was going to win.
They were pretty amped up. They were.
Ballsy. Very ballsy to bet against Patrick Mahomes.
Upset alert.
You got to be, I mean, that's Tyler. That's Tyler, Texas' finest. Shout out to the fam. I used to go to Texas every single year growing up. And where did I go? I went to Tyler, Texas, where my grandparents lived.
Really?
Same small city in a dry county.
Nice.
In Texas, yeah. So I'm a fan. You know, he's on 2 of my fantasy teams this year. 2-0 in your league, G.
Yeah.
Speaking of my Patriots,
what am I? I'm 1-1. Yeah.
Definitely think the Saints got it done.
You think the Saints are going to go into New England and win?
Yeah, Saints.
Money line!
Yes, sir. 100%.
Money line!
Fellow Pats fans, don't hold me to that, but it is what it is.
Oh, I
Saints
love the
win.
energy, man. We're on opposite sides this week, man.
Yeah. Saints. I think it's too much for that New England D this
You think
week.
New England's going to lose 2 straight home games? When was the last time they lost 2 straight home games? Did they lose? Maybe last year, but before, if it wasn't last year, it's fucking never.
Yeah, it's been
Right.
forever.
Like Tom Brady
Third
doesn't do
time
that.
is not back there. Mac Jones is out there. Remember that.
Yeah, why is it only 2 points then?
Because the Saints are going to win.
Why is it only 2 points? They're going to kick their ass.
Because it's Belichick. That's why.
Yep.
Yeah,
He gets the respect.
you're damn right it's Belichick.
He gets the respect.
It's tough, man. I agree with G. Saints, money line.
All right.
Packers, 49ers. Aaron Rodgers back in Cali, where he attended college. Warm weather, primetime night.
Come on,
Long
Toronto. My bad, Vic.
I think they're going to stomp out the Niners. They'll keep it rolling.
So you're thinking that
Oof, that's tough.
Green Bay goes into San Fran has looked very good. Right?
Yeah, they have. That's a tough one, man. San Fran looks good.
I think you're safe with the points there. I mean, Jair Alexander's the best, if not one of the best shutdown corner in the league. Not a big believer in Deebo Samuels or Brandon Ayuk.
Right.
Just too young.
So you think that Rodgers and the gang can put up too many points for them to keep up with?
Yeah, I think TJ Slayton, Florida alum, is going to get through that line and it's just going to have a field day. I think the defense shows up and then the Packers keep it going. I mean, what I saw on Monday night was just there was more balance in that offense. I mean, Aaron Jones just went off.
Mm-hmm.
When he's running well, the receiving core just you got to pick your poison, in my opinion.
Right.
You got
He had a reason.
Three
He had a
decent
reason.
guys. There's 3 decent guys there that line up. You got one of the best wide receivers in the league, just doing whatever he wants, whenever he wants. They don't turn the ball over. They win by 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Wow.
I could see it. I mean, this another one. I think that definitely one of the better teams in the NFC. I like both coaches. I think both coaches prepare well and get their teams ready to go, with the exception of week 1 for Green Bay, obviously. But it's not an easy feat. Go on the road and beat it. They're 2-0. San Fran, right? They're 2-0.
San Fran's 2-0.
Yep.
It's not easy to go in and beat a team with that type of momentum. So we'll see what
They
happens.
just have a lot of there's a lot of question marks on that offense. The running back Mostert, he was hurt. They don't know how good Elijah Michaels is. There's just I don't know. I think they are very limited in what they can do. I think the Packers are going to come in there. The Packers are supposed to win the Super Bowl, right?
Right.
Preseason, that's all everyone's talking about is a championship run for Rodgers.
Last 3 NFC East. I mean, last 3 NFC championship games.
Yeah, that's insane.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got about 10 minutes left here, guys. We got about 10 minutes left here
Awesome.
on episode 1 of the MaxCap Podcast. We're having a good time.
G disconnected?
G's out, and that's fine. So I mean, we close it out. I mean, really,
Did he drop like that on purpose?
I'm not sure. It could be anything. It could be absolutely anything with him. What about the Cowboys game?
Cowboys game?
Yeah, Monday Night Football. Philly is at Dallas. Opened up at 4 points. Is at 3.5 points now. I just want to say I'm 2-0 on Cowboys picks this year, but that's only because they covered both games. So
Correct. I
that's,
think I took
that's
that first
kind
one
of
with
like
you.
a homer record. But
Cowboys, I said it to you, what was it? Week 1 when they were playing the Buccaneers. They're for real.
yeah,
They're not here to joke around. They're not here. There's no fluff there.
Right.
Dak Prescott took his rehab super serious.
You could tell.
He looks great. Doesn't look scared. Looks in rhythm. The mechanics are there. And, you got guys like Amari Cooper out there that are just making plays for him. CeeDee Lamb and Zeke, the more they keep feeding them, the more that offense goes. And
Yeah.
I think G's back with us now.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll just say Dak Prescott's so impressive, man. The way he goes about his business, you could just tell from Hard Knocks to the press conferences to what you see in warm-ups, what you see in the games. He means business. He's really got that. He'll never be Tom Brady, but he really has that Brady mentality, that eye of the tiger all the time. And you see, I mean, the guy's leg was shattered, like literally less than 12 months ago. And he's just come out. I hope he stays healthy. But he has come out and just absolutely, I mean, he's been diabolical. He has been absolutely diabolical the way he's throwing the ball in the pocket. He had 4 incompletions last week. Coming against this Philly D, I mean, 4 points is a lot in the NFC East. We know that 4 points in the NFC East is a lot. So, I think they cover. I think to be safe, I'd probably bet the money line there because you don't want to deal with points in the NFC East primetime game. I mean, it's going to come down to the end. But I think the Cowboys definitely take care of business this week.
Agreed.
I'm not gonna be a Cowboys hater, man. I think the Cowboys win. I'll take the Cowboys money line too.
Is that a bad thing that we all just took them?
Not at all.
We're gonna find out whether when we because that was the first game I think that we all agreed on.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah,
like we all had a firm pick there.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
cheers to that.
If we're gonna take the spread, we're taking Philly. I mean, we're not gonna lay 4. So take Cowboys money line.
I like that.
We're getting juicy. We're laying the juice there. Yeah. Anything else y'all are into this weekend? Any other plays? Any other picks? Any other football games?
That's pretty much it. Just looking forward to these fights tomorrow night.
The fights are going to be big, and I think as we get closer, we're going to have a better feel for like some of the line movement and a little bit more research on who we're going to pick because we're going to have some action. Let's be honest. I mean, we're going to have some action.
Quick 3 right here. Taking the Giants. I'm laying the 3 points there. I'm hammering that. I'm taking the Saints in New England. And then for a third, I'm taking Denver first half.
Wow.
Denver first half. Do you even know how many points they're laying on that?
It's probably going to be around 7.5.
Woo.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Teddy B!
There's a baseball bat over there, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we smoke a little, we drink a little. It's part of the fun.
Fuck, I think I'm out with a lighter here.
It's part of the fun.
Nah,
you got anything you want to throw out there for certain right now?
Yes.
What is your Gigi's golden ticket?
Gigi's golden ticket bet of the week.
Bet of the week.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
New Orleans Saints at New England.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Aren't you a Patriots fan?
Isn't that sad?
One pick here?
I'm a Pats fan.
This is Gigi's golden ticket pick of the week.
Saints get it done. They're gonna get it done.
And this is a Pats fan.
This is a Pats fan speaking. I know.
Okay.
It's crazy.
What's yours?
I don't know if I'm ready to drop it. I don't know if I'm ready to drop it. What is yours? Because you gave us 3.
No, those are the 3 I'm definitely going to take today, this weekend. But, I mean, obviously, the one I said I'm going to hammer, I'm taking the Giants, man, for sure, 100%.
That's your one pick.
I don't believe in Atlanta. I don't believe in the Falcons, man. After that 28-3 blunder,
It's been all downhill for them.
It's been downhill for that franchise.
And we're talking at a fast rate.
Yeah. A lot of regression. 100%.
So,
I mean, as we get closer to Sunday, I mean, tune into the Instagram page. We'll definitely keep it spicy.
Yeah, I mean, my Gigi's golden ticket pick of the week, I already gave it to you guys. It's the Raiders.
Wow.
Yeah, I think the Raiders have a big statement game ahead of them, and I think they're going to take care of Jacoby Brissett pretty easily. So
Exciting.
Las Vegas Raiders, home of the football team in the greatest city in the United States. Vegas Raiders.
is Vegas better than Miami?
Right,
We're getting sports betting now.
right now it is, but I mean we're getting there. We're getting there. We got a tech boom, a crypto boom, and pretty soon a sports wagering boom coming. So hey, if you're watching from out of the state, we love you and come through, man.
Absolutely.
Come through. And
I'll rephrase that, so it's not just Miami. We'll just stay South Florida from now on.
yeah, I look at it like it's kind of like the way Cali is. Like,
Yeah.
there's all these different sections in Cali. Like,
Mm.
for forever it was just kind of Miami, but really what we're coming into is the Tri-County area, right? Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach. It's all the same. Not really, but kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
think we're getting there.
It's a big area, so
Vegas still ranks number one. I mean, nightlife, you have everything there, man. Everything's at your fingertips. So
Amen.
till
Very
Miami,
quickly,
well,
amen
till
to
South
that.
Florida gets sports gambling, plays a close second.
Yeah.
Really quick, Max. I really want your opinion. Do the Yankees get in?
Tonight's big for them. I don't think they're going to get in. I hope they do. Baseball is better with the Yankees in the postseason. I hope they get in, but I look at that gauntlet that they have, and I don't know if they're going to get through that. I mean,
Toughest schedule out of those three teams.
yeah, you got all three of them. I mean, it's tough.
My opinion, Sox fold. Toronto's our JV team. Tampa, they just rest their guys, get ready for the postseason.
I just want to say your JV team just fucking swept you guys like a week ago.
It's fine. It's fine.
In the Bronx, right?
Baseball's
In
up
the
and down.
Bronx.
And we know about the sweep system. Those two teams are still playing, so we're coming for them. We're coming for them.
That's true. That's a sweep system play. If you don't know about it, inquire in the DMs.
Yankees get in. It's imperative for them to get that number one wild card spot, but they get in. They're clicking right now. Gallows finally
Boston
hitting.
gets in too, for that matter.
Okay. And that's all we got, man. We're wrapping it up here. By the way, El Martillo says take the Giants to win the World Series. You can get it at about 9 or 10 to 1
Get back on
right
track.
now.
We're getting
But,
back on track.
Hey, gentlemen,
This is fun.
this has been great.
Yeah.
We're only going to get better. We're only going to get stronger. Best of luck to you and your pockets this weekend.
You too.
We will be back probably next week. If we don't do anything live, we'll be back next week. And we'll be running it back. So we'll kick it off, and we'll either be saying sorry to our followers or pay me to our
Absolutely.
followers, one or the other. But always a pleasure, man. And we'll sign off here from now. Thanks again for watching. You can catch this on YouTube or our Patreon, and we will be on Apple Podcasts as well as Spotify in the future. So please check us out, subscribe, and continue to support us. We appreciate it.
Check us out. Thank you.